actually admitted this last year. I'll say it again. I actually do play some mobile games. I do. All right. The ones that I play are free to play or incredibly inexpensive. Like you spend $1 here or there to make progress.
This one's for all my baby girls.
Got me that gotcha. I love it. Got me that gotcha. Begging for fucking tips and shit on Street It's WWE Champions time. I'm stupid. WWE game plays like Candy Crush. Moving gems around, breaking colored gems. I love it. Again, it's pay to win. The more money you sink into it, the more characters you can summon, the higher chance you'll get the better characters, etc., etc. All right. Got me that gotcha. I love it. Got me that gotcha. Begging for fucking tips and shit on Street. Gotcha. Got me that gotcha. Thanks for the money, dummies. Supercar. That was a mobile game I played like 5-6 years ago, a lot. For about a year, I played it pretty hardcore. All right, even at that point, that was before everything kind of fell apart with YouTube and everything. I was putting a little bit of money into it. I was playing for the top cards. I was playing the shit out of that game, okay? After about a year, they launched what they called Season 2, which reset all the cards in the game and made all your progress essentially worthless. And I said, this game fucking sucks. What a complete waste of time that this was, all right?
Now what does the sugar do in the sauce?
Adds sweetness, adds a contrast. If you don't, it's all going to be tartness, and you won't have any kind of sweetness.
It's going to be acidity from tomatoes.
Right, you'll have
and then
tart and it's acid and nothing else. All right. So now we got to stir all that in, and then we add our final ingredients, and then the meat.
This one's for all my baby girls.
Italian wife. Italian wife. Italian bills. Italian dark side fifth. Italian wife. Italian wife. Italian chill. Italian can't give her a pill. I'm half kind of European mix. European style, Asian fusion style. Tips. Greasy hair. Pasta once a week. The authentic style, Asian fusion style. Italian.
Guess what else we're going to add?
What?
Sausage. Italian sausage. That's going to go in here too.
I love sausage. I have had many varieties.
Italian wife. Italian wife. Italian bills. Italian dark side fifth. Italian wife. Italian wife. Italian chill. Italian can't give her a pill. Why do you pretend to be Italian? I don't. I'm not full-blooded Italian. That'd be ridiculous for me to claim. I'm a quarter Italian. I am 1/4 Polish, and then I'm half kind of European mix.
Oh, brothers, brothers, brother.
But I'm telling you, I did spend money on mobile games in the past. I admit it. That's how I know how addictive they can be. That's how I know how bad they are for people to get caught in that kind of addictive nature. I remember playing, and there was an event. The Hulk Hogan card was in it, right? It was a legendary, old school, back in the day, 1980s Hulk Hogan card.
We've been hanging and banging, brother.
Spending all my money on this Hogan.
Keep spending.
If they ain't 6 stars, I don't wanna
Buy more.
Spending all my money on this Hogan.
Oh, play for 2 more hours. You ran out. Buy more.
If it ain't 6 stars,
Keep spending.
if it ain't 6 stars, I don't want it. All these pools, yeah, I'm about to bust. Spending all my money on these Hogans like I'm Elon Musk.
Ridiculous amounts of money. I know it was. It was probably hundreds of dollars for this event. I earned the car.
Spending all my money on this Hogan.
Keep spending. I earned the car.
If they ain't 6 stars, I don't wanna
Buy more.
spending all my money on this Hogan.
Oh, play for 2 more hours. You ran out. Buy more.
If it ain't 6 stars,
Keep spending.
if it ain't 6 stars, I don't want it.
I earned the card, right? I'm like proud of myself. Oh my God, I actually earned this card, and wow, it was very hard to do. I'm one of the few people in the game who even earned it. I think it was only like 20 people in the whole game who had the card or whatever. Okay? And I can tell you exactly what happened. Immediately after I earned that card, within 1 week, they announced we're rebooting the game. The card is now going to essentially be way reduced in value.
We've been hanging and banging.
Why do I say I'm not a children's entertainer? Because I'm not a Muppet. I'm not here to play a character. I'm not here to pretend that I'm something that I'm not. I don't dye my hair. I don't act stupidly constantly to get attention from children. I don't do stupid pranks. You know what I mean? I don't cause drama. I'm here just to play games and have fun. I'm a legitimate gamer.
Big ups here, Dad.
I need banana, tasty banana. Put banana in my mouth, tasty banana. I need banana, tasty banana. Please the peel it comes in there. Put banana in my mouth, squeeze banana. Put banana in my mouth, squeeze banana. Put banana in my mouth.
Act and talk a certain way with certain mannerisms, certain over-the-top reactions, screaming at the top of their lungs, jumping, flailing, doing weird things, constantly on camera.
I need banana, tasty banana. Put banana in my mouth, tasty banana. I need banana, tasty banana. Please the peel it comes in there. Put banana in my mouth, squeeze banana. Put banana in my mouth, squeeze banana. Put banana in my mouth. I need banana, tasty banana. Put banana in my mouth, tasty banana. I need banana, tasty banana. Please the peel it comes in there. Put banana in my mouth, squeeze banana. Put banana in my mouth, squeeze banana. Put banana in my mouth.
When we hit the 250 vestry for that celebration, I'm going to debut a new vest. There we go. Celebratory bubble blow. Very nice. There's bubbles everywhere. There's bubbles all over my PlayStation 4 controller. There's bubbles on my microphone stand.
Hello. This is Phil Burnell, all right? And just wanted to tell you that I love the podcast. That being said, big ups. That being said, which vest is podcast best? That being said, relaxing, chill, interactive, fun. That being said, which vest is podcast best? That being said, relaxing, chill, interactive, fun. A.L. Team Insider, the legend, fantastic Mr. Sam, the dentist, Steve to the Dead, psychological style host, Meerkat, artistic style host. That being said, which vest is podcast best? That being said, which vest is podcast best? Thanks for the show. See you next time.
2, 1, go.
Hello, everyone. We are here. It is time for The Group Think, our weekly show. We take messages from you and talk about them in a very humorous and funny style manner. That's the goal, at least, I think. Sometimes it doesn't turn out that way. But first, let me introduce all the legends I have surrounded myself with today. First, the one, the only, the artistic style, the musical style, the songs you've been enjoying were all created by this style person. The style person I'm talking about here is Meerkat. How you feeling, my friend?
Hello, brother. I'm the 6-star Meerkat here today, ready to listen to these messages and interact with you guys.
It is a lot of fun. And the group think is scary. Yeah, we are very scary. The group think is extremely scary. That's why we are the ones that decide what the detractor versus thinking at the moment. And that's why we name ourselves the group think. Here he is, the cerebral style, the what's another way to say it? What do you say in your song, Meerkat, about Steve? I forget.
The psychological style.
There it is. That's a better word. I'm going to stick with that. The psychological style host, the one, the only, Steve of the Dead. How you feeling, my friend?
I'm very upset after finding out that email that was so
meaningful to me was actually written by Meerkat and not a member of the audience last night. I'm still upset.
We'll get over it together. Finally, our behind the scenes style, dentist style, I always call him the Wizard of Oz style host. He's back. He was here last show too, but he's back in full effect here. The one, the only, fantastic Mr. Sam. How you feeling, my friend?
Hello. Yeah, I'm good, man. I'm just enjoying this British gamer weather at the moment. It's great.
Sweet.
The gamer weather.
Getting that groove back, as we say. Before we start the show, I do want to say, guys, have you noticed that we are taking a serious serious concerted effort to not beg as much? That's what some people say, e-begging. We're going to do our best not to do that today. We've been doing it for the last few days. I'm not going to say anything about my wife who is starving for food. She don't have any food left. My cat who is basically dead. Tomorrow's our day off. Don't know what. We're not going to be able to buy anything. My kids are starving outside. We're going to do our best. I'm not going to mention any of that. If you hear any crying, it's from my children. They haven't had food. So just know we're not going to do any more begging today, and we're just really happy that we'll just let the streams be what they are. Just be what they are.
You know, I think you're lying. I think they've been starving because they're scared of the inevitable question of what they've had for lunch, so they just didn't have anything.
Yeah.
So you know that one's coming.
That's my long way to avoid the question. Just don't feed my family anything. But let's get back to it. Back to the show here. But I do want to get some news from Meerkat, because I think you have some news to drop on us here that I didn't know. I think I'm pretty much well up on the news, but apparently not. Meerkat, what's that news you want to share with us?
Yeah, I think this dropped today. It's Mr. Moist, Sir Moist Critical's podcast released, the official podcast. They had Mudahar from Some Ordinary Gamers on. And what he asked Charlie was, "Hey, Charlie, I heard you were going to interview DSP." And then they all started laughing. And then Charlie was like, "Oh, yeah, I saw that guy. He like talked about me and talked about that segment that I did. And he invited me to like talk or something." And I was like, "Dude, I just made a quick video on my stream, like talking about what you do. It's not that deep." And that was basically it.
Man, that's the worst, right?
The quote is, "It's not that deep." It's an actual quote.
Amazing.
Which is what we all were thinking. But to hear him actually say it, I wonder if he's going to say anything back now. Because, I mean, just to let the cat out of the bag. I'm making it short about this situation. And I've watched a lot of Moist Critical and Phil's response to Moist Critical. And Phil is putting so much weight on this. Like, so much of his whole career is about what Critical thinks of him right now. And is there anything worse to say, but it's not that deep? I mean, that's like the worst. I mean, God.
Yeah, it's not that meaningful. Like, hit him with the word that he uses, you know. We know he means deep as in terms of like intellectual depth and like the effort that goes into the content and, you know, all that. But like Phil always goes, well, it's, you know, my streams are meaningful. People tell me they have meaning. So to say it's not that meaningful it would just cut him that little bit deeper, because we know he's going to find out about this, don't we? He's not going to be ignorant of this. Someone's going to tell him. So hearing that would really burn him.
Yeah. How can he spin this in any positive way? You know what I mean? What can Phil do? He might ignore it. If he can't spin it any way positive, he'll just ignore it. Like, oh, I didn't hear anything. I'm not watching this stuff. I don't keep up with that nonsense. You know, that kind of thing.
Trying to bat it off and dismiss it is my sort of guess given how Phil is. He's probably going to be like, well, it's no big deal, you know, it's fine. I didn't expect that he would come and interview me, you know, it's fine. And, you know, well, they can think what they want, they do what they do. I'm going to be over here on the Level 1 podcast having chill interaction with you guys. But inside it'll burn him up. It'll really get to him. You know, publicly on stream and that, I'd be like, no, it's fine, they're fine, they do what they want, I'm going to do what I want. I'm just going to let it roll off me like water off a duck's back.
I want to know. I wonder if the 5 minutes of laughter are still on the table. We have to ask about that.
Well, they kind of already got past that on the podcast. They laughed for a little bit about DSP, and that was it. They carried on. And then Mudahar kind of mentioned that he's blocked by DSP because he watches the troll videos, but Charlie isn't blocked by DSP.
Yeah. Who knows? All those people on Charlie's podcast are like nobodies. Who gives a fuck about they? They don't detractors. But Charlie, Sir Moist is this god of a man in many ways. But
that's the point. Did he say you're welcome? Because Phil said, thank you for opening my eyes to how much begging I do. Did he say, you're welcome, Phil? I'm glad I could help.
I don't think he watched any of it. I don't think he watched any of the 40 minutes or that unrecorded segment. I don't think he watched any of it.
Damn, that would have been nice though if he saw one of those clip videos about that. When Phil he was so disappointed. Remember? Oh, it's not what I wanted to happen. He's not gonna watch all that. That'd be the best. All right. Anyways, let's get back. A lot of nonsense happened last night, by the way, in Phil land. Like the joke I made earlier today. That Batman stream had $26. At the end of it, he does basically what I said. I said it kind of, I exaggerated, of course, but he's like, I'm just not trying to do that thing you guys call e-begging tomorrow. Not sure how it's going to go. It's like he really did that, though. Like, I wasn't making that part up. I made up a lot of stuff, but not that part, And, of course, he got pissed at the game. The game is hard. He's probably going to rage quit it, blah, blah, blah. But last night was a lot of fun. Anyone catch up on that nonsense to talk about?
He rage quit Batman.
Yeah.
The Gotham Knights game. He rage quit it.
Was that official rage quit, or I don't know how I'm going to finish this, or that kind of thing? It sounded kind of up in the air. I guess this is a soft rage quit, maybe.
It's if he plays it again, it's a soft rage quit. But if he doesn't play it after this point, then we'll consider it an official rage quit. But either way, you got mad, frustrated, wound up, quit out of the game. It's a rage quit by any definition.
Yes.
Oh yeah,
classic
that's a rage quit.
Wage and rage mixed. As they often are, which I love.
Wage
quit's a great term. But all right, just like Whale Mary, and what's the other whale one? Whale Mary,
the Whale Bail.
Whale Bail. Great one.
At some point, there was also an engage quit when people wouldn't talk with him.
I never heard that one. I like that one. Engage quit. Like with Panda Lee, same thing. Engage quit. He did have All right, enough of the nonsense. Let's get for the fun of the messages from the lovely people out there. Reminder, all the business stuff, super chats and stuff, we'll get to the end. We might talk about it when they happen. You know how it goes, but we'll see. We'll definitely read your super chat at the end. If we don't read it when it comes up, thanks for your support, blah, blah, blah. Kids are starving, blah, blah, blah. Go ahead, Sam.
Where would you like me to start?
I don't know. You're the man behind the controls here. You control the destiny of this show.
Right. Well, okay. So we still have messages from last week's show, I think, that we didn't get to. So
what do we? I think we did warn everyone enough, though, that we're not going to get to every message, right? I think we did.
Right.
We can do them from most recent to the oldest one, so we can gradually just kind of get to the older stuff.
But then here's the problem with that. That kind of penalizes people that are really like, you know what? I'm going to make sure my call gets on there. I'm going to do it early. I kind of want to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's true. Yeah.
So how about we do? It's tough. It's been tough, guys. It's been tough. How do we do this?
It has been tough. Yeah.
We need to have a meaningful conversation about this.
We're gonna take more of your advice, guys.
All right. Okay. So let's do the ones from just today then. Starting at the oldest and working our way up. That's what I'm saying, because there's a good few of them.
Okay. Well, we'll do that. We'll get to as many as we can. I promise. Let's go.
Right. Here's Ryan.
Yo, it's Mookie Way here. First time calling in. Hope you're all doing well. I had a bit of a thought recently. If you could choose a pay pig or DSPs to win the lotto, who would it be and why? Now, bear in mind, DSP gets to find out that this person wins the lotto. So who would be the best to see DSP squirm over the fact that this guy has all this money he could potentially give to him? My three would be Timbo, because of the bankruptcy he's already had. See how fast he can get another one. OIC, so we can send screenshots of his bank account to DSP, let him know how much he's got. And third, Snow Carl.
Damn.
To tease him with those $1 tips. Probably 1,000,000 times to equal $1 million.
That was mine. I'm guessing that was yours as well, Sam.
Yep. Yeah, Snow Carl.
Yeah, mine was Timbo.
We all Snow
What was yours, Meerkat?
I was on Team Timbo because I was looking forward to more bankruptcy streaks. Let's get it up there. Double digits, triple digits. Come on.
Let's go. Let's go. I was thinking about Derek, of course, popped into mind.
Yeah.
OnlyFans would be the most popular website in the world for a while. You know, you'd just be going nuts on that thing. That Vancouver streets would be truly glazed in Vancouver up there, wherever he is. But that'll be fun.
If he did win the lottery, though, wouldn't he just get a mail order bride and just have his own waifu?
Oh God, I feel sorry for that one. I feel sorry for that one.
He'd just like hire a couple of porn stars to shoot a scat film for him, and then he really would be happy that, you know. Right, Derek was my initial guess, but then when he said like Phil would know, I'm like, it'd be Snow Carl immediately, because you know it would drive him mad that Snow Carl is giving it to him in $1 drapes. Yeah. And he would, the questions frustrate him now. Imagine thinking, I can't be an asshole to this guy because he's got $1 million.
Yeah,
it would drive him insane. So
exactly, you'd have to be nice.
Yeah, that's the right answer, by the way. That's probably the correct answer.
Yeah, he would be Sir Snow Carl.
Sir Snow.
We have a lovely $1 tip from Sir Snow Carl today.
His question is, where do I take Kat on the second Wednesday of September every month when it's cold outside? Great question, Snow Carl. Let me outline everything we do in my life together. Here we go. You know. But all right, let's go. Next one. That's a great call. But let's go to the next one.
Okay, it's Jimmy.
Hello. This is Jimmy the Chode, Tandalucci, here to send you a message talking about Phil's midlife crisis, since it seems like he's doing a lot of this fake sense of reflection. I don't know if it's fake reflection or real reflection. He's kind of been doing it the whole year, and now he's humiliating himself by he's humiliating himself upon the he's humiliating himself in front of Sir Moist critical. It's very humiliating for a guy who's 40 years old to have to like prostrate himself and tell the world, I'm not going to beg anymore. Please give me a pat on the back. But you mentioned whether you believe he is in the midlife crisis or not. And I think he's been in it just since he turned 40. Like, it almost seemed like a switch had flipped immediately when he turned 40, that this like weird fake reflection had started appearing. And it's very potent now. And I think it's only going to get worse and more funnier as time goes on. Love you all. Goodbye, butt.
He ran out of time. But yeah, I think you're right. I think it is. I mean, this year has definitely been something different in the air of following more self-reflection for, at the very least. I mean, a lot of self-reflection coming out we've never seen before. Just isn't the biggest example of this new tips thing, but I don't know. Do you think it's happened when he turned 40, or I think this Sir Moist thing really sent him into another orbit? But I don't know. What do you guys think?
I think first it was Keemstar. That was the first hit. Because it was someone that he hates, but it's also up there as in being big enough to have a loud voice on the platform. And then, of course, the videos of him, like top 10 beggars, top 10 streamers that are terrible, and those videos that get millions of views. Stuff like that really hurts him. The self-reflection, I think, is kind of real to the extent that he's capable of, because he's not very capable of self-reflection, but he is kind of trying. Or it seems like he's trying, but it might also be just a front to change that public opinion of him.
What do you think, Sam?
Yeah, I don't think it was exactly when he hit 40. I think there was a long lead up. Maybe he was even thinking, oh shit, I'm turning 40 this year. You know, that was always in the back of his mind, maybe. But yeah, the Keemstar thing definitely kickstarted it. But it's just funny how it's like he's not making an effort to really. I mean, yeah, we're saying he's doing this reflection thing, but it's not like the dramas have slowed down or anything like that, is it? You know, we've had just an acceleration of just crazy shit. That just seems to come like day after day almost now. There's always something new with him, so it's not like we've seen this dramatic turnaround or anything. It's like the complete polar opposite. You know, I guess maybe because he realizes what state he's in, he's starting to maybe accelerate the begging and stuff like that, and obviously he realizes now he's overdone it.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to provide a counterpoint. I think that the Wings stream was the actual real thing that kickstarted this off, because when he's going over, like, this whole thing is going over Wings' career, and at different points he's having to pull from different parts of his life to sort of like either turn it onto him or to say, look, Wings has had it bad, I've had it bad as well. You see him going through this here, I was going through this. So he's having to pull from all these different parts of his life, and at the end he's like, I just assembled that. Holy shit, I've just seen all these like little chunks of my life again, probably for the first time since, staying up at night with a bottle of gin. In a sober, reflective way, he's like actually trying to sort of say to people, look, it's not just Wings that's gone through this, it's me as well. And cumulatively over that stream, that sort of sets him off and is the first real point where he thinks, shit, what have I done with my life? Because it's shortly after the 40th birthday, so I think it is, maybe it has, I think you're right, Sam, it has been a case of like, oh god, I'm turning 40 soon, in his head, because he did make a bit of a song and dance about, guys, I'm nearly 40, I'm over the hill. But like hitting it and then seeing that is really sort of set it off. And obviously things like Keemstar and this and John and Howard streams and his own stream to an extent, they've all like exacerbated things and made them worse and worse. But I think like the origins of it are definitely around the time of turning 40 and then going over the Wing stuff, because again, that's the first time he's like reacted to anything other than, oh look, here's my old footage, here's me play Call of Duty like 10 years ago, wasn't I a dick? Let me tell you in fact about the early days of YouTube. Those are like the only real looking back over things he's had until he gets to this point and properly has to consider it. So I think that's the spark of it all.
Yeah, that's a great point.
Yeah, I think that's a good point. And I also think, for the people, the camp that was thinking about the health side of things, Phil was very clear that he has many appointments tomorrow. I couldn't have a time to get an appointment. That's only for medical stuff. I mean, that can't be for anything else. You know what I'm saying? So everyone in that camp of thinking something's going on medically that made him kind of think about things differently. I mean,
Pills and twirls, maybe.
And more proof came out yesterday with this appointments nonsense. I know, he overdid it, of course, to the max. Like he has to go to Mount Doom tomorrow for all these things. Like, oh my god, I have so many appointments. Got to do the dishes. Got to do the laundry. Got to, he always does. But he did mention the appointments. So I'll maybe think about. I don't know. I think there might be something there. Terminal style disease. Thank you. Midlife crisis. Well, that's his words, not mine. Just repeating what the chat said. Okay, all right. Let's go to the next one. Sammy boy.
Okay, on to the next.
Out of all the myriad reasons for me to be angry with Phil, one thing sticks out amongst all the rest. One thing constantly keeps coming back and poking me in the eye. Philip, why do you always say, it's like? What is like what, Philip? I'm afraid I don't understand what you mean. It's almost as if you don't truly have anything of value to say and are simply using the English language as an intellectual stepping stone to go from beg to beg, from grovel to grovel, from extraneous blame to extraneous blame. I grow tired of your games, Phil. Anyway, I'm a big fan of the show. Thanks for having me on. Yeah. Good job, guys.
That was great.
Robust.
I'll tell you right now who this is. I don't know who it is, but it's the guy that did the voice for Darkseid's this Pixar Animation's last video. 100%. I just know it. I've watched that video enough to know who that is.
Someone said his name in chat as well, or what I can see here. So
Okay.
He's a known
CE?
person.
Oh, he's a known. Okay,
Yep.
you are a legend for sure.
That was amazing.
That was awesome.
We were talking about something needing a voiceover earlier, and I don't think it would be appropriate for what we have in mind. I mean, maybe it would, because it would be fucking weird if it.
Oh
if
yeah,
we
that
did
could be a little twist to make it a little more scary style.
That is like horror play on the radio voice. That's like reading old like Vincent Price sort of.
Yeah, Vincent Price.
Yes,
Yeah.
I
really like that sort of old horror sort of thing, like reading Edgar Allan Poe. Like the room.
Yeah. Okay. CE, your CE, my friend. I am going to email you because there's definitely a short there that we can make with that voice of yours. I promise
There
you.
really is.
I'm going to be in contact, my friend. I want to get your rates because I want to hear that voice again. That was awesome.
ALT Insider, CEO of Shorts.
I can't stop, man. I can't stop. It's a real problem. I don't sleep. I don't sleep enough. It's bad.
Yeah, Shinko, he's coming for your job, man.
Shinko took me right out. Got it. All right, let's go. Next one. That was a great one. That was amazing. Yeah, here's Logan. Oh, there he's in chat.
Hey, that being said, I wanted to bring up one of my most irritating DSP-isms that just seems to be happening more and more lately, and that's the leg slap. The thing that he does where he goes, idiot, and stuff like that. It seems like it's a substitute or a coping mechanism for fuck you or fuck this game or morons or whatever. But it just gets under my skin, and I just really hate it. It seems like he's trying to restrain himself, but he tends to still say fuck this or fuck you even after he does the leg slap. So I really don't understand why he's doing it, other than the fact that it just seems like major cope. But what do you guys think? Thanks for all you do. Big ups. Bye.
I tend to notice these things, and the leg slap, it's never annoyed me. So I don't know what you guys think about it.
Just before we go on, Geese in chat has asked, has the word style made its way into your everyday vocabulary yet? And I think you should give him a proper answer.
Okay. Yes, it has given. It's coming to my everyday style life. Really, it's just more of a joke level now still, because I know, luckily, my wife Chu still knows about the show. She knows the joke, so whenever I say it, she does get annoyed though, because I say like, "Oh, what kind of style dinner are you thinking about?" And then she has to say style back. That's what I like. So I try to set it up so she has to say style back, but it's not normal in my everyday style life yet. It's coming though. But okay, let's get to the question of the leg slapping.
The leg slap.
Yeah, so it doesn't really, for me, that doesn't bother me, except when he does it in the laughing way, which is not what this caller was talking about. When he laughs at his own jokes and does a slap, that's the most annoying for me. That's like, that's not really. I mean, it's just fake. So I don't know. What do you think, Meerkat?
Yeah, I hate it too, just like you. And the latest thing that I've noticed that is growing even more and more obnoxious to me, and he uses it as like a coping mechanism when he's about to cope, is when he says, I think it's funny that, and then he proceeds to bring up something that irritates him a lot, like someone makes more money than him or something that. I posted it on Twitter today.
One.
Within one day, he used it in that context like 6 or 7 times. You know what I think is funny? That there's people on YouTube that make more money than me and they're terrible. And then he slaps his leg.
He says either funny or he'll say hilarious. It's hilarious that ...
Yeah. That's when it's not hilarious what's coming, by the way. If someone says, this is hilarious, let me tell you, and it's not hilarious. It never is. No. You don't need to do the setup if it's hilarious. Just talk. But Phil has to fill that time up, so you know how it goes. But all right, next one. That was good.
Thing, briefly,
yeah, go ahead.
It's definitely a frustration thing, because previously when he was in his old setup, his old apartment, and he had his old coffee table in front of him, there are compilations of him slamming controllers and things onto desks, and it's the same frustration. He knows now he's not got it in front of him. Obviously, whatever space is in front of him is taken up by all his shit, so he can't properly slam down a controller anymore. So but he still feels like that frustration and the aggression. He defaults to that. He's never learned to better sort of process frustration at things like games. So he still defaults to, fuck this controller, fuck this game. But he's not got the room for it. So now his legs get the burden when he's annoyed.
And that's a legendary video, by the way. The Control Hulk Smash, I think. It's not this how you don't play, just all the compilation of the smashes. Yeah. There's two of them. They're all good. It's I don't know how the person found all those clips, but it's awesome. It's really worth watching. It's funny. Breaks the controller a few times. Yeah. Now my controller's broken. Yeah. Fuck you, PlayStation, whatever. Fuck you, Sony. Yeah. Oh, developers got shit last night too. The Batman developers, after he praised them, praise be to those developers. But now, $26. Fuck you, developers. Get fucked.
And yeah, he made sure to note that he wasn't mad about what the reviewers were mad, which was the grind. He was mad about the other stuff. So he's still not a hypocrite in his mind. He's not a hypocrite, guys.
Yeah, he has to say that too. Like, I'm not complaining what other people are complaining about. I'm different. Yeah, it's so bad. So go ahead, Sam. We're ready. Pass the
Okay. I always worry what the short ones are going to be like. So.
Hey guys, quick question for you. If Phil was a Sonichu, what would he look like, and what would his powers be?
All right, Steve's handled this one. He clearly has an idea.
No, I just know what Sonichu is. I don't. You would do something about the trolls, wouldn't there? There'd be a troll army as part of the DSP wiki, you know.
Yeah, I don't know enough about. I know Sonny Chu, but I don't know. Like, is there other characters involved? I don't know enough about it.
Oh yes, there's
Okay,
a
go
whole
ahead.
pantheon of characters.
I think my favorite is Dark Sonichu, which is in Sonic the Hedgehog. There's like some bullshit chemical compound that's made an evil Sonic, and in here it's Diet Coke. Oh, it's Cherry Coke. Sorry, it's Cherry Coke that turns him evil and black and red. So it's fucked up.
There you go. So Mirka, you should have an answer here, though. I can't.
Yeah, Sonichu is a self-insert for Christian, basically, kind of, because all his characters are self-inserts for something. So yeah, DSP Sonichu would be someone who would somehow destroy all the trolls, or take all of their troll contributions and convert them to positive contributions. That would be his superpower.
Yeah. That's a good one. I'm gonna guess Sam might not know anything about this, but maybe I'm wrong here. Sam, what do you think?
You would be correct. Yes, I'm now learning what Sonichu is. So thanks.
Oh, you poor.
Don't
Save
go any
that for a
deeper.
members stream. We'll guide Sam through.
That'd be funny. Yeah,
the
Sam
layers.
reads Sonichu. That'd be awesome. All right, let's go to the next one. That was a good one, though.
I'll close that tab then. Right. Right. Yes. Here we go.
What's up, guys? Shoshone here. Now, we all know that DSP's favorite drink is gin. So just wondering what you guys, on all that being said, what's your favorite drink? And which one of you would be the best person to be on my beer pong team? Thanks a lot. Love you guys. And big shout out to Discord. Big ups.
Shoshone, legend. He's in the late night crew with me, usually watching the night stream. So big up Shoshone there. But yeah, favorite drinks. Let's go around the table here. Let's go. Meerkat, you first.
Non-alcoholic, I gotta go with classic orange Fanta. It's fantastic. Alcoholic, it's either beer or it's rum and Coke, maybe vodka, maybe some other stuff. I don't know, but let's go safe, play it safe with beer.
Yes. Okay. Let's go next to the Stave of the Dead.
Back when I used to drink, it would have been Jägermeister, because I would down that shit and then like forget nights. So
yeah,
good. Yeah, but don't drink anymore. Oh, vodka though. I used to drink a lot of vodka as well. So
yeah. So I'll say I'll answer.
I'm thinking like red wine as well. I used to drink wine, and I like pina coladas. I fucking love a pina colada. So I've had a history with alcohol.
Yeah, I was gonna say me too. I can't drink anymore because I had too much fun in my earlier life with that. I like to say, but when I was back in it, I used to drink called Chuhai. These are made in Japan, and it's like a fruity-ish kind of drink, 9%. And I would handle those like a champion. I have no clue what happened. Wake up, don't know where I am, but I know it was fun. That's the key. That's the key. You know it's fun. But I had to say bye to drinking in my life because of that. So, yeah, don't drink too much anymore. But I do enjoy some other pleasures in life for sure. Go ahead, Sam. Your choice.
Good answer. Yeah, I'm kind of similar to ALT and Steve as well, by the sounds of it. I don't really drink anymore. I don't enjoy it at all. Don't like waking up with a hangover. Occasionally, if I'm in a situation where I am out nowadays, I'll just, I don't like drinking like lager and stuff like that. It doesn't agree with me. So I'm an old man, and I actually kind of like a real ale, funnily enough. But yeah, back in the day, late nights, DJing, whatever, it would be whatever was going, vodka, fucking Alka Pops, whatever, just whatever was there and going, yeah.
Cool. All right, good question. So Shoni, let's go to the next one.
He's Ludwig.
I was listening to DSP's salty, jealous rant at content creators who utilize best practices to get the most profit out of their YouTube channels. Looking beyond the sour grapes and black and white logic, I tried to identify the nugget of truth to his argument. After all, if one steps into the world of YouTube content creation with the sole singular purpose of generating the most profit and nothing else, the guidebook is relatively simple, while any other approach gets complicated by things like communities and criticism. And that's when it struck me. This is what DSP means when he uses the word meaningful. He's simply referring to anything that isn't 100% dedicated to generating money as therefore, quote unquote, meaningful content, as a way to try and elevate it to the same level of what he really wants to do, which is pull in money and then pull in WWE champions. TLDR, DSP just categorizes his speech as either begging or meaningful.
See, that's how you do it. And he didn't even take up the full time.
Damn,
he breathed during that.
he was streaming earlier today, by the way. I was definitely catching that.
Great.
Yeah, he's always good. So that's interesting. That what he means meaningful is not trying to make the most money possible. But that's what he just does it during his begging segment. So that makes sense. If you don't,
I have slightly a different perspective on that, I guess. I think he's calling it meaningful because there's just not much left to it. It's not entertaining. We can pretty much all agree that his gameplay is trash and his podcast is trash. It's not well produced. It's not well paced. So what is left there is the subjective meaning that anyone can kind of infuse something with. Just like if you have a photograph that has a lot of meaning to you, or you have some like charm or like a coin that has a lot of meaning to you, someone can find meaning in DSP streams because it's like super subjective.
Mm-hmm. It makes sense to me.
Plus,
and
it's
I think
one of the few things that he's sort of like really got over other people, because the way he defines it is, like Ludwig said, it's obviously some sort of gaming the system in some way, whether it's for views or for ad revenue or for money or for whatever. It's in some reason doing it for a purpose other than because you like playing games. Like Phil's always put himself as this, I only did it because I like playing games. I only started filming because I like playing games. I like playing games and it's my job and all that stuff. He puts the sort of like genuineness of his content on a pedestal. So I think that's what helps him imbue things with meaning and judge other people. He's playing games, other people aren't. They're doing it for content. He's just playing games because he likes to play them. They're trying to get clicks or ad revenue or sponsorship deals. They're editing their content and using all these tricks to get higher in the search results. I'm not. I'm just doing it like a genuine person, and that gives it meaning. That's why mine is more meaningful than theirs. I think that's what he does.
Yeah, and you're sharing the experience with me. It's the big one he uses.
Meaningfully.
Extremely meaningful.
And also, I think that Ludwig should do those bits at the end of adverts where they're like, if you take this medication, then you experience heart disease.
Ludwig, I'll be in contact with you for
There's another shot there.
Just kidding. Well, maybe not. I will see. All right, let's go next one. That was a good one, Ludwig. You are a legend.
Yeah. Misery Merchant.
Hello. Hi. I'm Colonel Sanders, and I'm here to welcome you to that being said. We need a bigger camera. Everything's bigger in the South. We need a bigger camera for this stream. Woo-hoo! You ready for this, boy? I hope you're ready for this. Oh, boy, did you realize what I just realized? So that's I think they be infringing on my ideas. Oh, see, they trademark. I better be getting a cut. I better be getting royalty checks stat pronto. You use my likeness in something, boy. You better be trained. Anyone got questions for the Colonel before we get started? Oh my Lord, ladies and gents, the first ever Southern style old-fashioned manual band right here live on stream. Oh yeah, boy! That's the reward for $100 tip goal. It's that you're happy that I'm streaming in a costume and acting like a character. You shut up. I'll sit here and I'll talk for the next 72 hours if I want. And you're going to like it. Yes. You see, much like Ebenezer Scrooge, my goal in life is to reduce the excess populations. So go on there. I'm a y'all. Oh, shit. I just summoned a goat demon behind me. Shouldn't have said that.
Dude. That was too good, man. What the fuck?
I'm so confused.
Dude, I vote instant replay. Who's with me? Instant replay? It's worth it. It's a minute. Yeah, go ahead.
Can we just establish that's not actually DSP, is it? Because I mean,
it is.
Colonel Sanders.
It's replay.
It's from when he did Colonel Sanders.
Yeah.
It's clips of DSP.
Yeah.
Right.
A lot of them are in context as well. When he was talking about what you get for $100 tip is that I'm gonna be in costume, so shut up. That was actually in context. It was almost uncut clip.
Do you remember the well, hello there? It's DSP intro from the last time. It's the same guy.
God, that is definitely 6 stars.
Art,
6 stars.
Absolute art.
Okay, come on. I think we got to replay. You all down with that?
Hear it again?
Sure.
Yeah. I think that's what confused me because it's so.
Listen for the boys. That's the best. The boys.
Silent Web is a plantation style content.
He said style too. Listen for it. All right, go ahead, Sam,
I think that's what confused me because it's just so well done that it's
consistent. Yeah.
Okay, here we go. One more time.
Hello. Hi. I'm Colonel Sanders, and I'm here to welcome you. To that being said, we need a bigger camera. Everything's bigger in the South. We need a bigger camera for this stream. Woo-hoo! You ready for this, boy? I hope you're ready for this. Oh boy, did you realize what I just realized? So I think they be infringing on my ideas. I might have to sue them for trademark. I better be getting a cut. I better be getting royalty checks stat pronto. You use my likeness in something, boy. You better be paying. Anyone got questions for the Colonel before we get started? Oh my Lord. Ladies and gents, the first ever Southern style old-fashioned leaning manual band right here live on stream. Oh yeah, boy. What's the reward for a $100 tip goal? It's that you're happy that I'm streaming in a costume and acting like a character. You shut up. I'll sit here and I'll talk for the next 72 hours if I want. And you're gonna like it. Yes. You see, much like Ebenezer Scrooge, my goal in life is to reduce the excess populations. So go on there. I'm a y'all. Oh shit! I just summoned a goat demon behind me. Shouldn't have said that.
I like how he randomly transitions into genocide at some point and just wants to trim out the excess population.
It's like, what is it, 1472? I didn't get that part. Man, that was some high quality right there. Woo! Ooh, boy. Pronto, boy. What was it? Pronto. Stat pronto.
After this one, you are getting your wife and you are going just this one caller.
Yeah. Holy shit.
Listen, this is what Americans are like.
Pronto stat, boy. Lead in Southern style, lead in manual. All right, let's go. We got to move on. We'll be here all day. That was the best, man. Legend. I'm putting that on Twitter, by the way, later. Just wait for it.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Right, it's 2D2 Will.
Hey guys, 2D2 Will here, and I just wanted to give you a little bit of extra lore in regards to KO Gaming.
Ooh.
So, first off, Phil did script his videos. Back when it still existed, Leanna confirmed on her Twitter that she helped write some of those reviews for him.
Mm.
In addition, he basically killed any momentum that his channel had in September of 2016, where he just decided to not upload as many videos because he was focusing on streaming. I remember he made the excuse that, I don't have to make a review of Dead Rising Remastered because no one wants to see that. It's like, but Phil, earlier that year, you did a review of Sonic 06. How do you know people don't want to see a review of a newly released remaster of a game that you recently finished? Once again, Phil had a good thing going, and he killed it with his own laziness. Also, one of the reasons that his Homefront the Revolution video really took off is because someone posted it to 4chan and basically said, "Hey, look at this idiot." So that's part of the reason for his success and the mixed response to the video.
Interesting. Good lore there. So we can confirm that it was scripted, at least some videos, I guess, that Leanna helped with. And that's why then some lore about 4chan why the video went so viral. Plus 1 million subscribers. They still remember it to this day. It has over 1 million views. That's his pride and joy. So there you go. Thanks. That was pretty good. Good stuff.
Right. Yes, it's just one of those where we just have to go, yeah, thanks for that one.
I know, yeah. So can't add anything.
Leanna got paid for them. Like, technically, if she helped write it,
she got paid in advertisement. Advertisement.
Oh, yeah, for the
last staycation.
Yeah.
Staycation, yeah.
Yeah, she got the staycation out of it,
Yeah. Right, next, Brad Burnian.
Oh. All right, what's up? That being said, hello. Oh, the recording's on. Recording's gone the whole time, huh? Hello. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he was just scratching his leg in this. It was just accidental.
That was a scratch in the leg call. Very subtle ending there, but I think you got it perfectly. Oh, hello.
Do you know I've never seen that. I know he said that he said he was scratching his leg, but does that still exist anywhere where he makes that excuse? I've never ever seen that.
I'm sure it does, but I remember when I was looking for the clip of the busting, obviously. I couldn't find that part either, where he said like, "Oh, the camera's on." Or not, the camera's on still there, but the one where he explains what he was doing, I couldn't find that.
Right? Yeah. I've always been interested to see that.
That took like what, less than 24 hours till he said like, "Yeah, I was doing it." I think.
Yeah, it was. I think it was the next day, wasn't it, where he'd come to terms with the fact that he wasn't getting away with it.
Well, it is like a pretty much unprecedented itch that you would get to make you have a whole segment about it, where you pull all these faces and all these motions. It's kind of hard to deny. Like, you can't really deny that.
Yeah. Head goes back and everything.
Yeah.
Big itch, man. It was a hell of an itch.
It's just one of those that you just can't quite get to. You just can't find it.
Oh, some people say he didn't find the itch either. If you know what I'm saying. And I'm on that camp now. By the way.
Not. No, we're not getting into this again.
No.
I'll give him this though. There's not many people that could bust in their pants and then just immediately start streaming.
That's true. Oh god, that is so true. That is
meaningful.
That is
that is iconic.
Yeah, that's the main takeaway from all this. Yes, you did it, but let's not forget. You carried on.
It's like it just goes along with that famous meme of how Phil just keeps going, he never stops. It's so played out now, that meme. We see it everywhere. On Twitter, I see it 10 times a day, that stupid meme. I wish you would just die, you know what I'm saying? It's over, guys. Quit with the memes about Phil never dying. Go ahead, Sam.
I think that if I usually have like a current thing that's annoying me about him, and that's one of them. He brought up memes constantly the other day. I can't remember. It might have been yesterday's pre-stream or something like that, where he was on about, detractor memes or something. There was a whole thing. I think was it an Aquatil or a Snort Hogan video or something. And he just keeps saying, the latest meme, but I thought it was the old meme, and it's like, come on, man.
There isn't one. What's the DSP meme? There isn't one like, this is DSP's meme. I guess jacking off, but that's not even a meme. But,
no.
I guess it's like
did become a meme for it.
That's
He's
true.
like a living meme.
Living meme. I like that. Yeah.
Go ahead, Steve. Is the meme, but it's like when the Wall Street Journal or the Times or some broadsheet newspaper has to describe like a current internet phenomena, like memes, you've got the really dry tone of the article going, well, a meme on Twitter is an image that is spread amongst users. It just feels like that every time he says it. You feel like you're listening to your parents talk about memes.
Yeah, that's
true actually. Yeah, because when he brings up memes and he says they're repeating the same meme, I'm like, that's what a meme is.
Yeah.
Like,
that's how it works.
And he uses the same memes as my parents use too. You know, the same memes that like the first memes ever created. He just goes back to the laughing dude from Spider-Man.
Oh yeah.
You know, it's like gotta use that one. The first one on any search is that one. So using that leg slap.
But look, it looks like the baby is drunk. And the text on the top and the bottom.
All right, let's go. Next one, Sam.
Right. Here he is. He's Michael.
Hey, Type Means Said Podcast. First question is, Phil has been having a lot of issues with both Ragnarok, Frontiers, and Gotham Knight. Ragnarok, basically making it boring. Gotham Knight, he's actually struggling with the final boss, which we all knew was going to happen. And Frontiers, a game that has gained a little bit of attention. It has gained enough of the real attention. But the fact that Phil is once again threatening devs again, which surprised no one. He's done this before. It's in the fact that it's happened both. It's in a Sega situation. I really thought this would happen with Atlas. Kind of wish he was playing an Atlas game right now. How long Phil's raging will lead him not only to rage quit, but to get so mad he will actually tag a dev. And how you think his ad thing is going to do on Black Friday or whatever? It's going to be boring. And is the message, the whole interview saga over with? Because I feel like it is. That's really it. So have a good message in and take care.
Good stuff, Michael. So 2 questions that I want to hit on. First was, okay, that's a good question though. Is the interview thing done? I'm in the camp of the interview thing is now dead because he's getting back in the old habits, right? He's still kind of holding on to the not begging, but he's doing it more. I think that probably means it's not going as well as he had hoped. What do you guys think on that point first? Sam, we'll start with you.
I think it's done until I think it's done. I think is the short answer because nothing's come along. He shot his shot, and I think he expected a much better response than he got. And again, maybe it's something else where he's had to reflect a little bit and realize, this is the situation I'm in. I can no longer just click my fingers and everyone will want to show an interest. So yeah, I think it's pretty much done unless someone comes along out of the blue and just says, "Hello, I'm PewDiePie or whatever, or Sir Moist, of course."
Oh God, what do you think? What do you think, Sam Meerkat? Let's go with Steve first. Sorry, Steve.
Well, not only did he shoot his shot, but he then immediately went back to streaming. So
comes back.
Yeah, it feels like it's done, doesn't it? I don't see anybody else sort of coming out and going, "Yeah, I'll do it." And there's no one else really in contention now. People have mentioned people like Keemstar, people like Sir Moist, the big people like PewDiePie. Obviously, no one's going to pick it up. And yeah, like you said, Sam, it's probably a moment where he's gone, "Oh God, I am irrelevant," for want of a better word. I can't just say, "Hey guys, this thing," and then people will come to me. I could get something from my community. No, there's nothing. So yeah, it's probably bummed him out there.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, what's in it for them? For sort of thing, they have to. He has to realize that they have to consider that as well, and they're not. These people aren't going to be blind to what's going on. They're going to know, and they're going to research, and they're going to see what they're going to get, and they know also on top of that there's going to be a shit ton of stipulations that they're not going to be able to touch certain things. So why bother? They're not going to get a hot interview to put on their channel. So what does it matter to them?
Yep. How about you, Meerkat? Last voice here.
I don't know, man. I'm gonna be the contrarian. I'm gonna say that it's gonna happen at some point. But just like with the PC saga, he's going to be a choosing beggar. And in the end, he's going to have to do it with somebody who is not who he would ideally want to do it with. But otherwise, the narrative is going to be framed as DSP wanted to do an interview and no one cared. And he can't have this. His ego can't take this. No one caring about him. Especially after he hyped it up for so long and it was his side of the story and it was all this and all that. I think he will end up doing it with someone. It's not going to be who he wanted it to be. It's not going to be the audience that he wanted. It's not going to be the size that he wanted. Or maybe it's going to end up being one of those bigger channels that is just going to do it because they want to talk to a lol cow and get some views out of it, and it's not hard to do. So I
Yeah.
think it's gonna happen eventually.
Okay. And about the other point, what was the other point about the begging? Right? Is he going to turn back to his old ways? I believe. Well, the old point. Don't want to mess up the question.
We
Yeah. It's
basically answered that and the Gotham Knights thing and the tagging a dev on Twitter. He won't do that. He's too scared.
never do
That will
that.
bring
Ooh,
conflict. And, no. But yeah, we've had those answers already. He rage quit Gotham Knights last night, and it was slagging him off. And we've gone back to the days of guys. Look, it's my day off tomorrow, and I'm really worried. So.
Yeah, that's a good point, Brad. Remember, DSP had to dream this interview idea. This wasn't even like his true idea. He dreamed it, and it was a great idea. It was going to save everything.
That's a very interesting point because it obviously meant a lot to him. So think about how much of a hit his ego's taken now. This was his big idea. He dreamed this. He had to wake up in the middle of the night and scribble it down on a notepad at the side of the bed.
On Twitter.
On Twitter. So,
Gin in hand, gin shot, write the tweet.
So, imagine he was probably bigging this up to himself. This will be it. This will be my big moment. This is like my chance. There's going to be some channel. All these channels are going to want to come and talk to me because I'm DSP. I'm the guy. I'm a 14-year content creator. I'm a lol cow and all that stuff. And all these people, I can put my side across. I can take advantage of them, and nobody's there. So it must have been like a real hit to him. This big idea that he had, and nobody's interested.
Yeah, exactly. It was kind of, even for us, it was kind of like, okay, well, what's he gonna say, and all this, and then you get the ideas into your head, or maybe we could get him on, and then that lasts about 2 minutes, and until he says more about it, and you're like, this ain't going to happen, is it? It's just going to be a nothing burger.
Yeah.
So yeah,
the odds of it happening just going down by the minute too. And about the begging, last point on this, we will see how serious he is about not begging next week if the membership goal is not met, because that will be full court press. It has to happen now, or this precious Christmas event, which is literally the only day he drinks. Remember, he said that. This is the only time of the whole year he drinks on stream, guys. So just remember that. He doesn't drink on stream any other day of the year. He's going to do it this year. But if he hits the goal, if he doesn't hit the goal, it's over, guys. Forget about it.
Yeah.
That would be a fun poll next week. If he doesn't hit it, will he still do it anyway? But go ahead, Bearcat.
What?
I thought you were going to say something. Sorry.
Oh, no. I got
Sam,
nothing on this.
Sam, go ahead.
Well, unless there's like a slow creep of membership bombs or whatever over the next week, because what do we need? We need he needs about 200 members or something, doesn't it? Or 150 or something like that. So unless that happens slowly over the next week, or when is it? Is it next Friday or something? It needs
something
to happen
like that. And the problem is most streams
21st, wasn't it?
Yeah, most streams. He has to do the bots, or it doesn't work. It literally can't happen. It has to be botted. Yeah,
that's what I was getting. So unless there's this slow creep of it happening, next week is going to be really fucking interesting to see if that happens again, because that's the only way it can happen, surely. And then it's like, well, that's a pattern now. We know this is what's happening, sort of thing. I guess you could. It happened that one day. The big day where he got those huge membership bombs and the whole, where he thought it was a raid and everything. But that can be kind of explained away. It was a one-off. It was a glitch, blah, blah, blah. But if it happens again, that's too fucking convenient. So yeah, next week's going to be really interesting.
Yeah. And I remember...
I think that might also be a way out. Sorry, just very quickly. Because he'll be able to go, well, we knew this huge drop was coming. It was all based on that one day. And, so as a result of that, I'm going to reset the goal. Now that I'm under like 800, I'm going to drop it from 1,025 and I'm going to make it more realistic. And that way we can achieve it. And I can definitely still do the Christmas marathon thing.
He's done that before, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's done it before. Yeah. He can't take that hit, that ego hit of no Christmas special. What is he gonna do? Okay, now I'm gonna do a normal stream on Christmas. So same exact fucking thing, except there's no eggnog involved and depression. But anyways, because literally his views now, what they're doing right now, the games these days, he has to do it. It's literally impossible. Like Ragnarok was like 200 viewers. He doesn't, and half of the people watching are already members. You literally can't do it. It can't happen, right? Okay, let's say I want to do 200 sub bomb. I cannot make it happen unless I do bots.
Exactly. Yeah.
So
Plus, like Profits just said, he needs to remove the subscriber only mode as well. So yeah, we get that to look forward to as well.
And good point. Someone said in the Discord, YouTube will, if it's 1 month. Oh, I don't know what happened, guys. But if it happens a month after month after month, that's, I don't know about the banning from YouTube, all that nonsense. Who knows about those rules? But someone might say something in that point. Every month you get the view bots coming exact same time of month, and just to give you subs, that seems a little fishy. I don't know.
Yeah, it's definitely on the shady side for sure. But, right, let's get on with it. Robot Batman. Okay.
Hey boys, love the show. I have a very simple question for you today. I want to know, has Phil truly deluded himself into thinking he's a hard worker? Deep down, he's got to know he's a lazy piece of shit, right? Right?
Right.
Okay, so everyone, I think he does think he's a hard worker. Deep down, he's done it long enough. He thinks it's tough. I think he does think he's a hard worker. What do you guys think? Let's go to Sam first this time.
Yes, I'd love to be able to give you a detailed response because I have a really good example of him. Where I know he knows, or I know he thinks that, and it's the first thing you see in this video that I will eventually release. So
yeah, stay tuned for that. So that's a yes.
Steve, what about 2,000 goal?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I think he's worried that he's seen as not. So, again, because a lot of Phil's narcissistic problems come from his insecurity. So I think he wants to be seen as this hard worker, just as he wants to be seen as a successful man. And, he's got a wife and a house and all that stuff. All those things matter. So to be seen as a hard worker is important to him. So he'll big up stuff like, once I've switched the streams off, I've got to sit here and babysit the uploads. I've got to do all this stuff. It takes me 40 minutes to make pasta. I have to take time out of my busy day, the one day off, and half of it's errands and stuff. So he tries to convince other people and himself that he is and make it look like he is. But I think deep down he worries that he's seen as not. I think he knows on some level that everybody knows, mate, you're playing games for a living. You are not putting in as much work as other people who play games for a living do. We know how little you work. So I think he's aware of that, but tries to delude himself and other people because that image matters. So,
yeah.
Your cat, last voice here.
Yeah, I do think he's genuinely convinced himself that he's a hard worker because his standards for hard work are really, really low. So imagine someone who just sits on the couch all day and doesn't do anything. For them, taking out the trash is going to be hard work because you got to put on your shoes, you got to dress up, you got to go out, take the trash, throw it out. It's a lot
of work. Open the bag.
Yeah, and also I think we've been mentioning it before on this podcast is that no one else puts so much work into not putting in work as much as DSP. He would rather invent ways to waste his own time to justify doing a lot of work while not doing a lot of work.
Good point. He is very passionate about not working, and he'll put a lot of effort into that. Like doing these, how many segments can he cut out if he just said like, all right, here's my schedule, guys, that's it. How many segments could be cut out of the whole day if he did that? Hey guys, want to see my schedules on my Twitter? Thanks. That's it. No, he has to go through like basically a monthly schedule every fucking day. All right, next Friday, we're going to play Ragnarok. And then the Friday after that, we're going to see where we're going to be. There's a lot of new releases there we're going to see. Then 3 weekends from now, we're going to see what we got there. It's just like, that's how it goes. I mean, that's just...
I see you did the short version of the schedule, because usually it's like next Friday, first stream of the day, it's Ragnarok. At this point, if you've not caught up with the gaming on DSP Gaming on demand on YouTube, we're at this point in the game where Kratos has just punched something to death, and now we're going to go to this other land. Now, if you've not been catching up with the streams, you could do that on demand on DSP Gaming, and then the second stream of the night. So there's ways to pad it out.
From the Ragnarok segment, we also branch out into the segment. I know a lot of you guys have been playing this and are probably ahead of me. And then this branches out into yet another segment where those guys are. And like, I accept you guys might not come back and watch the streams, but you can watch this on demand. And then we get another branch and another branch, and it keeps going.
That's one of my favorite things that Phil does. This is a little bit tangent, but he says, like, a great stream now is like, oh, we made a lot of progress in that game. Like, is that something to celebrate? And like, is that
The
in a tweet?
weird,
Is that a tweet, bro? Come on. Like, we had
Yeah.
a lot of progress today, guys. Like, I don't care. Who cares?
The weird, like, sort of childish patting himself on the back about how well he did is very alarming for a 40-year-old man.
Yeah, but it does sort of like show to other people though. I am making progress. I'm not just sitting here in a menu waiting for tips. We're getting through the game, guys. It's not going to be 500 parts.
Yeah, we should post up on Twitter after the stream. We covered a lot of messages today, guys. We listened to all of your messages.
Yeah, definitely doing it.
Some of them were very long, and we listened to them and we commented on them.
A lot of great progress today, guys. That's like the fallback. When the money's not good, that's the fallback, like praise. Great stream, made a lot of great progress. Go ahead,
That
Sam.
reminds me, actually, we were going to do a Q&A, weren't we, for this one? Because we had a poll on the last stream.
Oh shit!
We wanted some, like, we wanted to go a bit deeper with it, and I can't remember what it was.
I got it. The political slogan. If
it was
DSP
a political
ran for
slogan
president.
from last night.
Yeah.
That was it.
Yep.
Okay.
There were some good ones.
Should we get it going?
I guess we can get it going. Yeah, we still got time. We got about less than an hour now, but that's fine.
Okay,
all right, let's go to get it up, and let's get our next call in.
All right, I'm gonna post up a Q&A in chat.
Thank you.
In the new Q&A system, so make sure to switch the tab to the Q&A tab. Chat
Meanwhile, Chew is like staring the damn knives across the table.
Oh god, the Q&A tab. I don't know how it works. Don't ask me how it works. You got to figure that out.
Right, here we go. Here's Meth Bear.
Hey people, Meth here. DSP, more annoying than people who watch videos of cats being petted and comment, "You're hurting it." His effort is so low and his expectations are so high, he'd reward himself for eating a salad by murdering a man. If he were a car, he'd be a Reliant Robin, a gouty, retarded, rusty, perpetual fledgling needing Mama Linda to stuff his craw. DSP, the kind of guy to take a dump and throw up on his own dick. My question, considering all the fundraising panics, scams, and lies through the years, how would you feel if Phil was dumping his money into an investment or retirement portfolio instead of his usual gotcha fire pit? All right. Thanks, boys. Love the show. Meth Bear, over and out.
That went to some strange places. I'm still wrapping my head around that throw up, going to the bathroom comment. But anyone more qualified, please go on and answer Meth Bear here.
Well, we can answer the question.
Yeah,
because those were just some analogies, I guess. So the question was if he put his money into savings instead into saving for Hogan's.
Yes.
Then he would have more money. That's my hot take on this. I think it's a very bold statement, but he would have more money to blow on bullshit at some point in the future when he decided to do that. Which I don't know, man. With DSP is weird because we already know that he doesn't have savings and he doesn't save anything outside of progress in video games because he kind of has to. So it's really hard to get that that hypothetical.
Yes, I agree. Because like you'd think maybe he turned down the begging if he was saving his money, right? But then would he get as much if he didn't pressure his real fans to give him that money? It's kind of a weird universe to think about if that didn't happen. Because he needs the money constantly because of the mobile game. That's one of the only things you can do, and just throw away money instantly, right? Like just pretend if you're addicted to something else, it's kind of hard to spend that much, right? Even if you're addicted to alcohol, let's say. You can't spend much more than what, $50 a day, Oh, that's a lot too, Drugs you can spend more, sure, but alcohol is kind of a limit, I don't know,
Yeah, there's only so much you can drink, presumably,
but mobile games
you can just keep pumping money into it,
yeah.
But I think like the question about whether or not he's going to earn the same amount of money if he stops the begging and whatever is interesting. I think probably the answer is he's not, and he's finding that out really, isn't he? At the moment, he's trying to call it, and it doesn't seem to be working out. Obviously, that could just be a coincidence. You know, it might just be a slow week, if we have to call it that.
Yeah.
But also, I feel like in order for him to function that way, and he would actually have to try and put out a quality product that people respond to in a good way. I don't think he can be the same person with the same mediocre, gameplay and podcast and all this, and not beg and expect the same amount of money. I feel like he would have to try and be a bit more of a legit YouTuber, and I know he's never going to want to do that.
No.
That's my take.
I think it's even possible, even if he would cut out all his vices, as in, drinking and gacha games and stuff, he would still have problems saving up because he sees the money that he has as some money that he could spend at any point, and there's more going to come the next day he streams. So it's kind of okay. So he would still be spending pretty much all the money he has on spoiling himself in other means, like, DoorDash and going out, buying a bunch of stupid stuff, just like when he first moved across the country.
Yeah. Good point. I think we can go next one. Good call there, Myth Bear.
Here we go. It's Bill Brasky.
This is Bill Brasky. Quick question. Just wondering if you think Phil actually sees and understands that his channel is dying, or is just this a way of him making a new sneak bag? Cheers, guys.
Ooh, all right. Let's go Meerkat first on this one.
Oh yeah, he does. Yeah, we've been getting in the last few days. We've been getting live channel audits, basically. When he goes through his own views and he reads them, and he's very disappointed, and then he copes by saying that his channel is for a hardcore audience that already likes him. So basically, he tries to appeal to the few whales that he got left and pander to them and say that the content is for them. So, of course, he understands his channel is dying because everybody who spent 14 years trying to build something and then to see it in complete ruin, even though they're still kind of trying, you can't escape from the thought that it's dying. It's pretty obvious. So even the guy who copes for a living couldn't cope over that and is trying to invent some new mental gymnastics to get over the fact that the channel is just dead.
All right, go ahead, Steve. What do you think?
Yeah, I think he knows. It's sort of coincidental around the same time as like having a midlife crisis and struggling like that. But at the same time, it's going to be reinforcing that because now not only is he fully aware that, hey, people are, don't give a shit about me, I'm not that important, and nobody really cares, the site has moved on. He's also aware that, oh God, I'm dying, I'm not going to be able to attract any more people, and the people that I have here are at some point soon going to be incredibly inadequate to maintain my current standard of living. So yeah, he totally sees it.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard to, it's just the thing for me is that I guess it is the combination of all this shit that hit this year with the big YouTubers talking about him and Sir Moist and turning 40. And then he kind of like, I guess I got to see the writing on the wall now, because it's been going down for a long time, right? It's not like it's a massive drop all of a sudden. It's not a sudden drop, I get all those things combined, and then now we're at shit. I got to do something, and there's not much you can do. You know what I mean? With his kind of style, what is he gonna do? Start doing edited videos? Can't do that. So what is he gonna do? I guess he's kind of like trapped in the maze now. Like you can't get out, but he wants to get out of it. But what can you do? You kind of
well, yeah. I think that if the time has passed for him to be having these thoughts. I think it's way too late for him to realize this and to suddenly want to make changes. It's we've seen evidence of that. I guess the React stuff, like he would have expected that. Oh, I'll suddenly do that, and I'll suddenly become this, as he would say, viral, virally popular person.
Well, not necessarily viral, but it's like a new thing, and every time DSP has done a new thing, he's been rewarded excessively.
Yeah.
So like his first retro, like going back over his old shit stream, that would have made him a lot more money than the most recent one did. The first React stream made him a lot more money than these ones have, because every time he's gotten something new, run it into the ground and not really sort of like learned the lesson from it.
I have a question for you guys. In his fantasy, when he started doing the React stuff, like Sam said, he wanted to see himself kind of reinvent himself and become bigger. What would be kind of his expected view count that he expected to get? Like 20,000, 50,000, 10,000? What do you guys think he would expect to get?
What, like on a stream or like per video or what? What are we talking?
Yeah, per video. Let's say he makes his first React stuff. What did he expect with this new trend of him branching out?
Man, that's tough. 'Cause, like,
Billions. I think he just thought high. He just thought a lot. He probably couldn't conceive of a number that was like,
Well,
I'll be happy
I
with
think
12 million, for example. He just thought more than what I'm getting.
Yeah, I think given what his current view counts look like, I think he would. If it were me, I'd probably be happy if I suddenly started to see it being 10K plus per video, like, and getting that kind of consistency. Because yeah, I mean it's pretty fucking low at the minute, isn't it? It's like what is he? He's rarely. I mean, a lot of his gameplay ones, he's struggling to get over 1,000, isn't he?
Yeah, so like I'm looking now. The AAA game, like AAA hype games, they get like 1,000, and the night streams, the real interesting streams with interesting crowds, they get like 500. That's a good number. And then when he does these special events, it looks like they get 2,000 around there. But this is someone that, remember, you could literally hold the camera in front of food and say, "Hey, me and Lan are here at Bob's Big Boy here in Seattle for our staycation, and I'm getting the steak. It's very rare. I love it rare." And Leanna's, "What are you getting, Leanna?" "Okay, yes, you got the potatoes."
I'm getting the potatoes. They're very yummy and tasty and delish.
And that was like 30,000 views. Easy.
Yeah. Right.
Back in the day. But yeah, it's a different time, of course. But I wonder what he thinks about his views.
Yeah, his opinion as well would be skewed by that as well, wouldn't it? It'd be like, because I used to get that much, so he'd kind of, in his mind, he must be thinking, he's somehow owed those kind of view numbers.
Yeah.
So in the back of his head, those are the sorts of figures he would expect to be getting.
Yeah, he'll feel entitled to them because those were the normal at the time, and he's not reassessed his sort of expectations in the light of like diminishing view counts. He still expects to be that person, even though he's like, I know I'm not. I know it's not going to be as good as that anymore. I know things have changed, and times have changed and moved on. I'm a streamer now. I'm an interactive streamer. I don't just make video content. I've changed. I've adapted. I'm aware things are different. He still probably thinks I still should be getting tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of views through playthroughs.
I think what he did with the Apocalypse and becoming that full-time streamer was probably the right move at the time. In how he did it is kind of, obviously it's Phil. It's kind of like the laziest, and the laziest version of that is what Phil did basically.
Yeah.
But what the time to change and do something. And try and turn it round was also at that time, and he should have also been doing what I always say, clipping bits of his streams, or doing best of the week, and all that kind of stuff, and making stuff out of your streams, so you've got that dual like revenue stream, or like double dipping on your own content sort of thing. You've got the raw stuff there, the videos are there if you want to watch them in their entirety, not split into 4 bits or whatever, and then you have the little digestible stuff on top of that. And he could have, like I said the other day as well, he could have just hired someone to do that for him, especially at that time. That ship sailed now.
Problem is the word hiring. Yeah, it means giving someone else money to do something, which that's kind of tough. I was looking at the. Go ahead.
Just thinking, what's that word that he uses when he says like I've changed things up around here? Is it like I've innovated, I've refreshed or reinvigorated?
Oh yeah, what's the word?
Diversified.
Diversified.
Yeah.
How was he diversified?
Desperation.
Diversified. I was looking at the numbers on the YouTube. I was here.
100 results on Pig Go.
Diversified. I looked at his Patreon. So his Patreon has 43 patrons, $409 a month. I got to read the one line. It's too good. We probably covered it before, but this is it. If you give $20 a month, guys, you can be a part of the show. I'm just gonna skip to the boring shit, get to the good part. If you've ever wanted a guarantee to get your question answered and Ask the King, this is it. Yeah, I've been sitting there in my bedroom waiting. God damn it! I wish I had a guarantee that I could get my question answered on Ask the King. Now this is it. Shit.
I was thinking of submitting a question, but I'm just not sure it would be answered. If only
we
there
got
was
a
some way
deal
to
for
get
you.
a guarantee for it.
Oh God!
I wish I could lock in my question.
Well, there's a way for Phil to definitely answer my question. This is it. What a deal. Anyway, go ahead, Sam, before we get too down the weeds again.
Okay, I think this is clickbait.
It's not folio.
What's going on, you podcast style legends? Quick little question for you fellas. I know we said Keemstar broke Phil when he put him on Mission 1, but I don't think he really did break him. He injured him. Sir Moist, he broke him. And I say that because out of everyone that's called Phil out, Sir Moist is the only person Phil can't discredit. He can discredit Rich, he can discredit detractors, he can even discredit Keemstar, but he can't discredit Sir Moist. He's too big. He doesn't have that kind of reputation where he's in scandals every often. So yeah, that's why he had to sit there and suck his dick, because he couldn't discredit him. He couldn't dismiss it. He couldn't just call it troll talk or, white noise nonsense. So that's why it's hitting him so hard now, because it's the first time someone's called him out and he can't discredit what they said. It's a beautiful thing. Really got to take it in. So let you guys chew on that, and hey man, have a great day.
Out of nowhere.
This was a great one, man.
Clickbait's always legend. Another great point. I think no one can debate that. What the facts you were spitting there, my friend, it is definitely true. And even we saw. Remember when Phil was talking about, why he said, I think he said it himself, right? Like when someone doesn't like you or something to gain from talking about you, you can just forget about it. When someone talks about you that doesn't have anything to gain, that's when it hits a little harder or something like that, So he just said himself.
True, yeah. We talked about that in the last stream, didn't we? That it meant that, like, by his logic, if you have something to gain, then you can lie to someone and just basically bullshit them. And I think that's one of the factors. It's certainly very true, very possible. It's definitely a possibility that Sir Moist being like uncriticizable is a factor, but I think another influence is also the fact that everybody else is a detractor in some way. Everybody else has previously harmed him, and as such he views them negatively. He views them as people not worth dealing with. But someone like Moist Critical is a potential ally, as it were. It's or Phil or a potential benefit to Phil in some way. They've not aggrieved him in any way. They're just like a couple of misconceptions, because they might have watched detractor stuff, but they've never been like out and out slagging him off in the way that someone like Keemstar or Rich has been. So he's like, I could talk this guy onto my side. I could, if I'm nice to him, I might get him on my side, and then I can use him to put my message across to his audience. So as long as I can benefit from him in some way, I'm going to be nice to him, which is what we see with Phil in his interpersonal relationships throughout the history of Phil. If you could benefit me, then great, come on board. We're all chums, and I'll take you to WrestleMania or something. But if you slag me off, then that's it. Bridge burnt. You're toxic. You've poisoned the well. Don't want to deal with you.
Good stuff. Yep. Nothing to say there except, yep, that's true. Yep. Let's move on to the next one, Sam. Great call.
Yeah, let's do it.
Hey guys, I'm just about to go to the barber shop, and I was just wondering if I wanted the kind of haircut that Phil gets. What am I telling my guy? Do I tell him I want a husband style, married style haircut, or do I just tell him I only want my fade to go halfway up the side of my fucking head? And also, I'm not sure what you guys have on the books for the rewind streams, but the PS5 delivery meltdown was really something to behold. And I just only wish that you guys could have that customer service rep on the show to talk about how Phil's PS5 delivery is more important because he runs a business and this is going to affect his business. But yeah, man. Cheers. You guys have a good one.
Okay, I can say with high probability that will be the next thing we cover. That's a great idea. That would be a good one, unless something crazier happens. But yeah, that's a great idea for a recap for sure. But what would you tell this barber if you want to get the Phil haircut? That's a great thought.
He would say, "Do you have a bowl handy?"
I need Italian style, Buzz.
I imagine it like you just walk in, you say, "You know what? I've given up. Fuck me up like this," and then you show the photo, and then you're done. That's it.
Imagine you like it's like failed dictator. Please,
yeah.
If you take this like pilot looking hat off me, and what you would expect to see underneath that.
Good
failed Third Reich fascist dictator sort of haircut.
Shall we real quick go through the Q&A thing that I put up?
Yeah, that's a good idea. That's a good idea.
And read out those.
Yeah, let me get to
I'm
that
going to
tab.
try and cover it because there are a lot of them. And there's also a sex bot there, so let me ban this fucking idiot in chat.
Get out of here.
Cheers, Derek.
Okay. You getting the good old casual lean in, boy?
Oh yeah. I guess this is a hint, but we did not say we're going to reveal our guest for Sunday, by the way, on this show. When this show ends, I'm going to reveal our guest for Sunday. That could be a hint because maybe I saw him in chat, but yes, we're going to reveal the guest at the end of the show.
You did say it at the end of the last one. Just
I did? Okay.
You did say it.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you said it. So, okay, political slogan. And I'm going to read a bunch of them because there's a lot of them. So it's going to be rapid fire slogans. I did nothing wrong. I did everything correct. Read my snorts. No new begging. Make tipping mandatory again.
Okay.
Snort. I never do nothing wrong. They're fucking morons.
Okay.
Act not what your country can do.
Oh, yes.
Act what you can do for me. 3.
That's the best so far.
That one.
Keep going.
Guys, I'm going to be 100% honest and transparent. Vote for me. Vote for Ree.
Okay, good.
I'm asking for your support. I'm a crowd-funded politician.
Possible.
Then we get a beggar to believe in. Vote for me and get all these perks. You get to see me in the office, and you get to talk about me daily. Please vote for me. With great power comes great responsibility. You can please some of the people all of the time. You can please all of the people some of the time, but you can't please all of the people all the time. Which I'm pretty sure it's been taken. It's not a very original. I'm pretty sure a politician said that before.
That's a quote. Yeah.
Busting crime. Standing up for law and order.
Okay, busting.
A snort for me is a snort for Ree.
Good.
And what do we got? Maximum bullshit and minimum truth. Which is it's a twist on his the Hateful Truth review.
Yep. Good reference there.
Yeah. And taxes have been frozen for more than 3 years now. This is alarming. And these are the ones. There's also some actual questions, but I think we're kind of pressed on time for these ones. So I don't know if we have time to answer them because in the questions tab there are some also questions that are not related to the political slogans.
Oh shit! Oh man, I think we should get to a few more messages. Don't you think, Sam?
Yeah, well, we that was a good sort of interlude actually because that was the end of today's question. So I'm now going back in time.
Okay, yeah, go back in time a little bit here because I know we had some during the week. I always see them, and I want to say fuck you to those people that like send it 3 days ago or whatever. You know.
Yeah.
Also, my favorite slogan was still from yesterday, which was "Bigger, better, beggar."
Yeah. That was good. Okay. We should say our favorite. We wouldn't have to say our favorites, but that act not what your country can do for you.
Yeah.
It's pretty high up there. A lot of good ones.
Act
lot of
what
good
you
ones.
can do for me. Read.
A lot of good stuff. Got good stuff, guys. Our chat's incredible, man. We have the best, man. That's the best
And
part of the
I
show.
think it's worth also going back to the comment section from yesterday because we also told people to leave comments with there. So I'm gonna pull that up for the next interlude.
Okay, yes.
When we get there. So remind me.
Do a few, Sam, if you can. Just get a few out of the way. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I'm going to go back 5 days, and we're going to have one from Indrid Cold.
Our first member.
Hey guys, this is Indrid Cold. I had a thought. So I missed your podcast today. So in the thousands of hours that you guys, all of us, really have seen of Phil, if you could take a 60-second clip of him begging, just the audio, and if he didn't really mention anything specific, could you recognize, his beg patterns, keywords, buzzwords, and figure out either what time period it's from or, essentially
Ooh,
that.
okay.
Yeah. Anyway, have a great day.
So more than a question for us here, that's a great game idea, right? I'll find different bags from different time periods and then see if you guys can guess when. So that's coming, Injured. I don't think we can. I think I could though, but I guess we'll find out because I'll make a game for it if that sounds pretty cool actually.
Definitely, my answer is
just don't say a short. No more short. We got too many short ideas. ALT's brain is firing up on all cylinders now, trying to connect all the shorts.
I'll be in contact with the short, Injured. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, that's a good idea though. I think I want to make that a game though, Indrid. Great, but Sam, go ahead. You got to say something.
Just that my answer is in short, yes. I'm pretty confident because one of the things was just from like the accent or the tone of voice, and I can definitely say 100% there's been phases in his speech patterns and just the way his accent's changed over the years. I think yeah, it's definitely possible that's doable.
Yeah. I'm going to say if you exclude like microphone quality, because obviously the old stuff you can tell.
Yeah. That's going to be the tough part.
Probably very difficult because I've thought something similar when I've been editing stuff from his like pre-streams and especially before he had camera and the pre-stream podcast. I thought like clips of stuff like when he's doing his schedule or when he's going over what you could like give, or when he's talking about bills and things he's got coming up. If you cut out like references to games that date, would you be able to like play that stream? But I think it's really difficult. So I'm going to go with no. You could probably narrow it down to like maybe the year or sort of like around the time. Like, oh, was he playing this game? But I don't think
that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking to the year.
Oh, like, yeah. But anything like more accurate.
Yeah. That's a good point.
Yeah, because I know for a fact there was a period for some reason a couple of years ago where his voice was there was some gravel to it for whatever reason. There was there was back in the day when he was hanging out with John and Howard a bit more. He sounded a lot more like Rambo. So yeah, I can definitely for sure say that there's a potential game in it there, and I think we'd all do
definitely. Yeah,
we'd all do better than.
Now that you mention it, a couple of days ago, I stumbled upon some random clip of Rambo talking, and I shit you not, DSP sounds exactly the same. It's almost like he mimics exactly how Rambo used to speak.
Yeah. So now I'm wondering if his accent's kind of gone a bit more similar to Cat's. I don't feel like we've heard it enough, to
they don't talk enough
to know. Yeah, exactly.
That's impossible, bro.
Phil, this is broken. Buy new one. Go big. Now.
Do you know what's funny as well? I think some people think that the short that we put out with the Cat and Phil sitting. I think some people think that isn't edited. Like
I thought that too. Yeah. Like you always forget. Some people don't know anything about Phil that find our shorts. And like, it's like, okay, this is, their comments kind of aren't from the detractor sphere, if you know what I mean. It's kind of like weird. Yeah.
To be fair to Phil, this is the thing that we all do. I mean, you'll pick up regional slang and inflections, a way of talking when you're hanging around your friends for long enough. Like, if you've ever gone to spend a bit of time in a place where there's a broad accent, you'll start to pronounce certain words the same way. Like, you know, it's difficult for me sometimes because I've been to Liverpool a couple of times. It's like there's a sound to it, to certain words where I'm like, oh yeah, you know what, mate, and you slip into a bit of the Scouse. So it's difficult to keep. When I went to Germany, and I ended up like really like emphasizing an inflection on a word I was saying because I've heard it being said in German, and I'm trying to be like, you know, talking in German and not, excuse me, for an ignorant English person, I'm just going to speak louder until you understand me.
Yeah.
So, and you pick up certain accents along the way. I think it's definitely a thing he'll have picked up while he was with John Rambo, because that's how Rambo will have talked. So,
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's go,
Anyway,
Sammy.
here's Tom Cruise. I really hope
hello.
this is that guy again that sounded just like him.
Hey guys, Phil has stated many times he hates clickbait videos and misleading titles. Isn't Phil's stream clickbait? Let's say you've never heard of DSP. You want to check out some gameplay for the newest release. You see his channel with the title God of War Ragnarok Premiere or something. You click on it, and you're greeted with a disheveled man complaining about not finding cantaloupe in the grocery store, or breaking down his car repair bills. You would immediately leave and find another stream. Think about how many viewers Phil has duped. All right, I got to speak at a Scientology convention in an hour.
Good ending.
So we heard you then when you said he sounds like Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
pulled it all back together with Tom Cruise. Yeah, I
He's
think
just found a new career, this guy.
We'll be in touch with a short about Tom Cruise. I'll be in touch with him.
I'm sure there's something we can work with you.
Top Gun, Phil and Top Gun. Yeah,
some sort of meltdown. I'm in love with Katie Holmes.
Shit, that's too good now.
We're
I'm
gonna
in love
have
with this woman.
A collab episode with Scientology to show them how an actual cult runs. It's gonna be great.
Yeah.
Bodily emission impossible.
Yeah, but but this is the point. Think about if you go into a Phil stream now, there's like God of War Ragnarok premiere. We're in the middle of the game, and then you go to that stream. Holy shit! Imagine the dissonance there, the difference of what you see. Hype as shit, and what is this? A dude sitting there. Why isn't the chat moving? What's going on, guys? Whoa, come on! We got 200 people watching. We can't even get 100 likes.
Yeah. That's a really good point.
Very quickly, the best bit is his defense for that is, will people know it's a podcast for the first hour or so? People know the time I start gameplay. People come for the gameplay. No, if you're an idiot if you don't know that the first hour and a half is a podcast. Fucking amazing.
Exactly.
God.
Yeah, not only that, like you get you I think that's a really good way of putting it, actually. Like, is his whole deal like clickbait? Because it kind of is, in a way. It's unintentional. Like, I don't, I do think he really thinks these things about his streams. It's chill, it's interactive, and all the other bollocks. But yeah, I think that's a really good way of putting it, because you like you said, you see this, like you say, if you just completely new and you see his Twitter and you see all this, this actually sounds really good. I'm going to check this guy out, and it's just, this kind of. And
and you can't even talk. Yeah, good point, everybody in chat. You can't even write a fucking comment if you want to say something.
Exactly.
Hey, what's up? What part of his game you at? You can't do any of that shit. How many people is he losing because of that? I mean, that's like such a, when you go to a new person's stream, instantly you say, hey, you get involved if you like the person, hey, what's going on, guys? You might say something. You can't have the option. That kills so much, I bet,
Yeah, exactly. Because and that's another thing as well, isn't it? Like, I don't know about you guys, but if ever I do venture into someone's stream for the first time, I do have a bit of anxiety about saying, like, hey, because you're essentially integrating with someone else's community, and you've got to, I guess to most people, maybe it's not a big deal. You just say hi, whatever.
Yeah.
But I put a bit of, I think about it. I'm like, I need to kind of come across well here. That kind of thing, maybe.
Oh
but
yeah, first time I chatted in a DDM, I was shitting myself.
Yeah, exactly.
This is a pre-existing community I'm trying to integrate into. So yeah.
Exactly. And so you're clicking on that stream, and you now can't. you can't talk until you've subscribed for, what is it, 48 hours?
24, I think.
24 hours, yeah. So you're like, well, what am I getting into here? Like, what have I, what do I have to be to be in this community? And that's even if I come back the next day. How many, like you say, how many people are, just potentially tuning in one day and then not coming back the next just because they can't talk.
Yeah, it does require that extra dedication for you to come back just to be able to send a message in chat. If there wasn't the time limit and just the sub gate, then I think that chat would have been much more alive, and he would get more subscribers.
Oh, definitely.
But of course, more trolls.
Yeah, that's the problem, though. So what does he do, though, now? Because you can't just turn it on and say, okay, fuck it, I agree. And let's just turn it on, because then it's going to be, the nonsense is going to happen. Every other word is going to, he has to ban 1,000 words, literally 1,000 words. Because you can't talk about I can think of so many things you can't say. You can't say Howard. You can't say Leanna. You can't say bills. You can't say tips. You can't say taxes. It's just like, can't say anything.
You can also phrase these words in a different way. So you can spell Howard with an O, with a 0. So you can bypass it. It's really easy. So there will always be trolls. He needs to embrace that shit, or else he's just going to keep talking to Nightbot all the time, and that's going to be it.
Also, everyone knew at some point he's going to have the Derek talk. When they're like, why is this guy spamming the same thing over and over again? Everybody is going to go. So imagine your first stream and you see Derek and you're like, what's with this guy?
Copy and paste 3 times in a row, like Pixar facts. Pixar was started in a college dorm in 1978. Whoa, cool. And he's 8 times in a row. And then there's Nightbot saying, like, please subscribe to the channel. If you're looking to a way to support.
Walt Disney update. He is still cryogenically frozen. We're still waiting for him to defrost.
God.
Before we move on, I have to shout out Silent Weapons for the best Tom Cruise pun, which was I never failed the Mission Impossible.
Oh yeah, someone also said Top Gun.
Oh God, legend.
Amazing.
Legendary Lake Rocca. Legendary. That was too good. Oh God. Hello, oh God. Someone said, hello, my name is Howard. Banned. John. Great one, John. That's a legendary comment.
Some big Sylvester Stallone fan who calls himself John Rambo is going to swing by and insta-ban. Like, why? What's up with this guy?
All right, next call. Next message. We got
here's Bendo Mendelsohn. So could be another impression.
Could be.
G'day, boys. After being pushed down the DSP rabbit hole by Steve, one thing has become clear. I despise the loathsome cunt. While watching Meerkat stream where he played Mr. Sam's video, the contrast in quality between Mr. Hogsnort and the detractors became evident. What is it about the pig roach that has inspired so many people to flourish creatively?
Okay, so I got it. It's tough to hear, but what is it about what is it about DSP that caused so people to be creative and awesome stuff? And I think it's really a case of this is someone that there is nothing negative about talking about the fucked up stuff he does, right? Because it's not like he's mentally challenged that we know of. It's not like he's actually poor. It's not that he doesn't have any real kind of afflictions that are kind of like, well, you shouldn't really talk about that. Like you can't really, if someone has their arm cut off, you can't really make fun of the fact they have no arm, right? But Phil has nothing wrong with him really. It's just that he is an asshole himself, right? He is begging for money, and everyone can kind of get together and call that shit out because it is just that is bad no matter what culture you're from, no matter what you think politically. That's always fucked up. So I think that creates this kind of team feeling of this guy is doing something fucked up, and we all have fun pointing that out. But I want to hear what you guys think too, of course. Let's go. You, Steve. Looked like you want to say something.
I think I'm probably going to be on the same level as Sam on this. It's like there are so many things about him that you see you can improve in some way. So your first instinct is to want to show that. You sort of like, you'll use an example of Phil saying something and then be like, well, here's how you'd improve this, and sort of do it yourself. So if it was like the one that always sticks out to me, because it's the one that made me change how I did things, was when you talked about how he's looking away from the game when he's placed on either side, and he can either just move it or like mirror it. And it's that. It's just like everybody will find something that he does where you think, I could do better than that. And you show, and you just carry on showing. So you then start to have people go, wow, yeah, that's right. What else could you improve? What else did you think about this? What about this? And so there's always something you can sort of pick at and go, let me show you how you'd improve this.
Yeah. Yeah. That was basically my answer as well. Like, yeah, I think there's just, I mean, firstly, he's an abrasive person. He's not a very nice person, as we know, and that's how you get to know him. You know, you see that firstly you see this is how you don't play, or the incident or whatever, and you've got your in, and then it's like, then you start to watch, and for people like us and all the other detractors that focus on whatever they focus on, there's something about him that can be improved, and it's not like even intermediate level stuff. It's just basic stuff about a streamer that has been doing it for as long as he has, and that, again, that's another interesting thing about him. You know, he's been doing it for this long and he's still doing it like this, you know, and it's there's just a million things you can pick on, and that's for me, that's what it is. It's wanting to show how you can improve on something that's very easily improved.
I think Meerkat's gonna have the different take. Let's go, Meerkat.
Yeah, I think there's something oddly satisfying and rewarding into taking something that has pretty much no redeeming qualities and transforming it through your own skill set and through what you like doing into something that people are going to enjoy and also derive some fun from it. Whether that be the artists that make artwork about them, like Kid Flim, Darksea the Phil, whether that be Dick Stroke and Phil Vlogs, who makes those funny edits with the quick cuts, whether it's my songs that I like to make fun of him for. And I think that's what attracts people to it, because you have a certain kind of skill set. You see this guy who has no skills, yet pretends that he has and likes to stroke his own ego about all the skills he has. And then you just try and make something fun out of it. And then you see people have fun with it, and that motivates you to keep going.
All true. All true. For some reason, though, that's the magic that we have here, because the amount of creativity and awesome shit coming out of this Detractorverse is just incredible. You know, it's just too many people to list how awesome, you know, people are showing their skills. It's incredible. And now I think it's better than ever. I think it's like we're in the golden age now of like shit coming out at the frequency at which it does. It's cool. But all right, Sam, I think we can do a few more. Oh, we got to get to that one I see on that screen.
I'm excited about this one.
This is a fun one. You got to say the name though, Sam. Come on, introduce this.
Yeah, don't disappoint us, Derek.
Hey, that being said, podcast and all the rest of you dirty twirls, I am sending you a message live from my new studio where I will be filming all of my future comments and call-ins to the That Being Said podcast. Anytime you dirty twirls think you can talk shit about my friend DSP, you'll have to go through me first.
That was Snood. That was Snood. Legend.
Now see if he sent it again twice.
Second one is the British Derek. Maybe this time it's going to be something else, Derek. Eastern European Derek. Let's go.
Meerkat style Derek.
Hello, That Being Said podcast. I like harass women on the internet. It's very fun.
Eastern European style Derek. Never thought we'd get there. We got there. That's the stuff you get on this show. Nowhere else.
Right, so we've had a couple of new messages. Should we do them?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, but wait. Are we waiting till the show to leave messages? Then shouldn't we reward the people that are?
Yeah,
I mean, it's up to you guys. It's up to you guys. It's tough. It's been tough.
has
I'm
been
cool
tough.
with it. Yeah, I guess we can listen to it or the older ones because there are some older ones, aren't there?
There's a lot
We
of
got a
older
fuck ton of. We got to do another show where we kind of clean it out, and then we actually don't clean it out, so we can just we made great progress.
Yeah,
We'll do one of those shows one day soon.
All right. Okay, we'll stick with the older ones then.
Up to you, Steve. We got about 10 minutes left maximum. That's my divorce line. Remember, 6:30 is the divorce alarm, so I have to be downstairs by 6:30. But go ahead. We got a few more. We got 13 more minutes, so go ahead. We're fine.
Okay, here we go. Let's get to this one.
Hello, that being said, podcast. Physicus here. Big ups to you and all my fellow detractors. You know how the Pig Roach always claims that we take a nugget of truth and then extrapolate it to the extreme? Well, I would like to give Phil an actual taste of how that's really like, and I would like to invite you guys to participate. So we know that Phil has no manners and is disgusting, burping and snorting into the mic. The nugget of truth. My extrapolation. Phil was raised in a barn with livestock. From his manners and mannerisms, we know that his best friends were the pigs. Right? So I would like to ask you guys, who was his crush during his formative years in that barn? We know he has a thing for horses and a thing for underage pandas.
Jesus.
However, we don't normally find those in barns, maybe in a zoo. So yeah, I wanted to ask you guys about that. By the way, guys, I got Christmas is coming. I got loads of big bills coming up, so come subscribe to my channel and send me all of your money, prayer hands, please. I need support. Just stating facts, not guilt tripping. Big ups to you guys. Keep up the good work.
Not sure there's an answer there, but any comments about the grown up in a barn? I think is the correct which basically was. There's a lot of cats, a lot of rabbits, but any other comments there, boys?
Yeah, my answer is the cow, obviously, because you get free milk. And that's how he taught himself in the example that he saw to become a lol cow, and how people milk him.
Remember, he's semi-lactose intolerant, though, so that's the hard part.
He just sucks from one of the breasts. That negates it.
Oh, okay. All right, let's go, Sam. Let's keep going.
Okay. Here's Harry.
Hey, that being said, just wondering, what's your favorite detractor channel other than yourselves?
Ooh,
Currently, I'm a big fan of Snort Hogan and the Steel Toe Morning Show. On that, actually, would you ever have Steel Toe Morning Show as kind of a co-host, as you do sometimes on one of your shows? That'd be very interesting to watch. Big ups, thanks.
Are we getting baited here? I'm not sure what's going on here. I mean, we talked about that before. How we made a short about them actually.
We can help them hit the goal.
Yeah, we can help. If they need help hitting the goal, we'd love to help. It's almost 6:30. If we could get that goal down to 200 by 6:30, that'd be great. PayPal's in the chat, guys. Anyways, no, I don't think so. First of all, Steel Toe Morning Show is not in the Detractorverse. I know they pretend to be, but they're not really. And that's it on that. What was
I think
favorite
also,
show?
If we were going to have them on, it might be a bit confrontational because we have a lot of criticisms for them, whereas we sort of want to keep a more chill, relaxed. So, we like to keep a vibe where it's just like people chatting and having a laugh. And I think with them, we'd be like, well, no, here, justify your behavior here. We need to talk about this. We need to talk about the time you did this. So
yeah.
Right. One question is how do you think you're different than Phil? That's it. How do you think what you do is different than Phil? And then we'll see where the conversation goes after that. But go ahead, Sam. You're going to say something.
Well, I was just going to say I think it would be a similar style podcast to if we had Phil on. It wouldn't be chill at all. It would be a lot more like you say, confrontational. But yeah,
I think if we had DSP on, I could make it not confrontational and still be good. I think we have to. Yeah. To get him on, we have to have so many concessions, which I'd be okay with actually. You know what I'm saying? Like I think the talk. Just tell us. I would just get him talking is all I want. So I would say literally, tell me about your past. Start with the helicopter company. Come on, I want to hear that. I didn't get that enough.
Okay, right. Well, maybe confrontational is like the wrong choice, but it would be like a bit more serious and intense.
Yeah, that would be
like
that would be
more heavy like that.
But yeah, no thanks. But the other question is better. Which is your favorite, not us, detractor content creator? And I don't want to, that's a good question. Big question there. I'll start with you, Meerkat. Come on, who's your favorite non content creator?
Well, it
That's
is kind
tough.
of hard when you do the DSP streams and like podcasts and like this. I kind of get enough of him, so I don't tend to watch other people that much. I used to watch Tevin a lot back in the day when I didn't have my own channel, and I used to watch the other restreamers and all that other stuff. Nowadays, mostly the Dick Stroke and Phil vlogs. It's just some fun edits summarizing the DSP antics. I find to be a lot of fun. Just the clips channels too, the ones that don't make it too hard to look at the clip. Like the Aqua Deal, I like the Snort Hogan clips. And yeah, I guess that's it currently. Of course, the creative ones. People on Twitter, Darksea the Phil. I like Pixar animations, of course. I think they're great channels. I follow them.
Yeah.
The ones that have the creative thing to them, I enjoy a lot.
Yeah.
Like if Crimson King was still here, I'd have said him. For the animations. So
I think we're all going to be quite similar. I think there's the clips channels are always great because if you need to catch up on something, they're a lifesaver sometimes. So like the Snort Hogans and Snort Banal, Aquatil, that kind of stuff. Shinko, big ups. Just that short alone. You know the one I mean.
This game kicks ass.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we all thought of the same one because I also thought of this one as well.
Yeah, it's definitely that one. I guess is
that your bar to aspire to?
Yes. All my shorts are trying to get to that level. I'm not there yet. One day it's coming. But yeah, obviously so many awesome people. I guess I'll go this like Ravens Dolphin. I love for just the bitch of Ravens Dolphin is so awesome. He's a bitch. We need to do that a soundboard. That bitch is so awesome. Makes me smile every time. Ravens Dolphin. A lot of good people. Obviously, Shinko is a short king. So I don't want to start saying people. Ludwig so much shit there too. I would say, but time watched, right? I'll rate it by that. What content have I enjoyed the most of? And for that, I have to say, The Outsider, the person that makes This Is How You Don't Plays.
This Is How You Don't Plays, yeah.
Yeah, I have watched so many of those before I even thought about making anything about Phil. I watched, just I don't know how many hours. I don't want to think about it. I watched so many of those Grand Theft Auto. This Is How You Don't Plays. It's incredible. So I have to say, The Outsider is my choice. But there's so many other great choices. That is kind of like a poetic ending. What do you think, boys? We end on that note?
Yes. Right. Yeah, let me run through some quick comments from last time.
Please do.
Because we told people to leave their DSP slogan. So let me find
also,
one.
can I shout out, while you're doing that, can I shout out Forbidden Math for doing the salty shout outs and Sunspot Gallery who did Bacon Sweat.
Bacon Bits.
Yeah.
Bacon Bits.
Cool.
That's my favorite news show. My favorite news show is definitely Bacon Bits.
Also King Jad for the bingo. Bingo.
That's the thing, because I enjoy so many channels, but I don't want it to sound like exclusionary, like I'm excluding people.
Yeah.
Because I'm subscribed to all of those channels, and when I can watch a video, I do. But like I said, covering DSP is kind of hard to watch everybody's stuff because they kind of overlap on their coverage, so it's pretty tough. Yeah. But I do enjoy pretty much all of them. So we get a comment from last time from It's a Gundam. It's not begging, it's advertisement. That was his slogan.
Nice.
Then we get, let me just scroll through. Build back beggar.
We'll take that.
From Cornelio Scipio from 18 hours ago. And tips are the liquidity of this country.
That's good. I like that.
And I think those are it. I think so.
Okay.
And give me a second also to run through shout outs from this time.
Okay, so I'll reveal our special guest. How about that?
Shout out to DM as well, because his feelings included in the chat.
We shouldn't have went down this road. There's so many people. We forgot to say piece of
DDM Raw. My
Raw,
default for going for clips and things.
Yes.
Sometimes I don't like the sound files when you need a clip. So DDM Raw, pillar of the community, mate. Thank you for your service.
Yes. Exactly. So many people. We're not even saying now. So. But anyways, let's talk about the Sunday before America gets to the business time. Our guest this Sunday, a repeat guest, a legendary style guest, someone that does a great restream, probably just a great time. Love his takes on everything. Has the numbers down pat, right? I mean, you know what I'm talking about here? Has that Excel sheet that we all know and love. The one, the only, the piece of Peace is going to be back this Sunday, so stay tuned for that. We are very excited to have this legendary style guest for all of us to enjoy. It's been a while since we had him back. He was the second guest ever on the show, so it'll be nice to talk to him again, and stay tuned for that. Have I talked enough, Meerkat?
He's coming from my position.
yeah.
Yeah, we had him before, but then the cast was half as big as it is now, so now it's going to be more fun. It's going to be double the fun.
Yeah.
So let's run through some interactions. Big ups to AMAC Uno for the Filipino style tips with a super chat. Apparently that's Filipino. Now I learned it.
Cool.
That's the currency. Then we get Cody Taylor with a super chat. Do you think Cat takes showers, or does DSP just wash her off with a garden hose in the backyard?
Oh wow. Okay.
Let's say this is a rhetorical question, so we don't have to answer.
Exactly.
This is a
That's what I was
rhetorical
thinking.
question.
Yep.
Big ups to Nuttifer's Mind for the super sticker of a creature doing certain motions. Looks like dancing.
Oh.
It's a very nice shout out. Big
Very
ups
nice.
to Paul J. Brazel, who said, "What?" with a bunch of question marks. Big ups to Brad Burnian, who said, "Remember, DSP had the interview idea in a dream."
Yeah, that's right. I stole my talking
Yeah,
about
yeah.
the dream from that. Yeah.
Oh
Awesome.
yeah. Twerk to Spec says, "Diversify my snortfolio."
Good one.
And then Yosef said, "Guys, the tips are low. You need to step it up. I can't believe my God says I beg. My God is the God of moisture. That's not begging. That's advertisement. I'm a mature adult, and I'm not a children's entertainer. Time to grow the fuck up." And I think now we're all gonna grow the fuck up, and I think that's gonna be it. Oh yeah, I think there were also some memberships, so I'm gonna run through them real quick because we have 2 minutes until ALT gets divorced. So
Yes,
let's
please.
make sure to cover this. Baby Man Gaming, big ups for 1 month. Bumble the Badass, big ups for the membership. Twerk the Spec became a member. Big ups. Twins and Critical Gaming and Only Speculate became members. Big ups, you guys. Thanks a lot.
All legends there. Thanks so much, everybody. Let's get to the final words. Meerkat, final words, go.
That's it.
Steve of the Dead, final words, go. Okay, perfect. My final words are. Just caught a big fish, guys. All right, go ahead, Sam. Final words. Get us out of here.
Bye, everyone.
See you Sunday.
This one goes out to the one and only, the big cat, the fat cat. Big ups. I first saw you in Burger King. You took 2 seats 'cause that ass is way too big. Had a boyfriend, I realized, but you told him lies with your raccoon eyes. The DoorDash is here. Wipe away your tears. Got you extra fries, and they taste just right. Have no fear, there's no trolls here. Tevin made you cry with those raccoon eyes. Raccoon eyes. Raccoon eyes. Tevin made you cry with those raccoon eyes. Take you power walking on the beach, feasting on some sushi like you were the queen. Let me run some errands while you sleep. I can watch you play Skyrim all
those raccoon eyes.
In reality, like I tell you guys, every day when I wake up, that's the best day of my life. I feel like this next day is awesome. I have a beautiful wife who I love so much. She loves me and a family, Jasper, and you know the things we get to do together. You know, I definitely want more time with them and more family time. But I absolutely love my life today compared to how it used to be. Seriously, all those years back then, you'd be like, it's a whirlwind of crap. It was me. And by the way, I've told you guys about my past. I used to drink way too much. I would be drinking constantly, all the time, because I was so stressed out. Honestly, when I started with this whole thing, I was depressed many years ago, a decade ago. I didn't like my life or anything. And basically, liquor was the way to kind of get through that. It was, I hate my life. I hate who I am. So let me just drink it all away and just keep pumping out fucking YouTube videos. I don't have to do that shit anymore. Like, I'm happy with who I am.